This week we're going to show you a few tips and tricks with the Shelly1 product. I've gotten several questions to see if we can do any tips and tricks with the Shelly1, and sure enough, we've got a few little different scenarios that you can expand things with the Shelly1. First, a quick rundown of the Shelly1, the big difference based off of if you're familiar with the Sonoff basics. The switch on the switch input is not isolated from the hot side of the input of the switch. So you can't do some things you can do with the Sonoff basic. But the other side of that, you can do some things with the Shelly that you can't do with the Sonoff basic, which we're going to go over here in the video. If we can take a look at this, is going to be the typical diagram of just doing a single switch and a single light, the Shelly, and you can see that it's much different than you'll actually do with the Sonoff basic. And what's much different with this one, you actually have line voltage actually going through the switch and passing back to the Shelly. Check out the Tasmota wiki on the Shelly switch for additional info and flashing instructions. So what we're going to do first, we're going to take a regular Decora single pole switch. We just got two terminals. We want to convert, instead of being an on-off, we're going to want to convert this to a momentary switch. What you do is you simply take a blade or a spudger and pop it open and pull this off, and keep your top faced up, and watch out if this sometimes will come off the spring. I'm just going to put that back on for now. And what you'll want to do is you'll pull the terminal out, and there is an up and a down, and you can see, and just keep it the same way. And if you look inside here, it may not be hard to see on the camera, there is a little prong in the back here. Take a little screwdriver and pull it down about maybe almost halfway. You want it at like almost a 45-degree angle. And you may have to try this a couple times to get it exactly how you want, and to get it to try it. So once you get it pulled down, you want to make sure this goes in the right way. You'll pop this back in here, and what I do is I put it face down on the table, and that allows this piece to be straight up and down. And then make sure your spring is on it correctly, and pop it back in. Make sure you line it back up with the piece in the middle. There's the contact. Don't break it. Put it back together, and then once you do that, you can see now, very simple, we have a momentary switch. You can see now we've hooked it to the meter, and as long as you hold it, stays contact. Really simple modification to do. Doesn't take but a couple minutes. Like I say, you may have to try a couple times to get it exactly to spring back. I have seen one model of switch. What I had to do inside here is I had to glue in a small spring, much like a spring you may have from a battery contact, and an old remote control works great. And you could just glue it in the top, and that helps it spring back up. I had one that was wanting to get stuck, kind of like how this one was wanting to get stuck. And you can just put a spring inside there. So once we get it wired up according to the diagram, which I'll leave links to any of the switches, the Shelly1, the products. I'll leave links to everything in the description of the video, along with diagrams and everything. We're going to be using the Tasmota firmware. We're not going to be using the stock firmware of the Shelly. Even though they do have MQTT support, I still like Tasmota because we always like to expand everything and add rules and whatnot. So, these are really easy to flash. There's no soldering. They just have the little header right here. So we have this momentary switch. The first issue we have is if you press it, and keep in mind when you're messing with this stuff, we do have mains voltage on, so absolutely be careful with any of this. So if we push the button, it's just going to flip. I'm pushing it one time, and it's not going to stay on. Now if I hold it, it'll stay on. And that's not what we want. And the problem with that is the switch mode. So if we go to console, the switch mode you're going to want is switch mode 1 space 6. because we're going to do an actually hold action here with this switch, which is one of the additional features. To quickly test it, we're going to push the momentary one time, and now you can see the light actually stays on, and we can go push it another time and the light goes right back off. So really simple. That's how you can use it with a momentary Decora switch that you modified, and it's all safe because the Decora is designed for mains voltage. It goes in your standard switch box and standard plate. Let's slide some of this over. We're going to bring up an S20 Sonoff for the demonstration. So we've got a standard S20 where you can push the button and the light comes on and goes off. We want to be able to just push this and turn the light on, but then also I'd like to long press this, the Shelly, and turn this and toggle this on and off. So to do that, and we've covered this kind of in some other videos with the KU LED light switches, but we'll cover it here with the Shelly as well. We're going to do a rule. So the rule to turn that one on, do rule 1. We don't have any other rules on here. The Shelly1 actually uses a switch, so we'll say on switch 1 state equals 2, do power toggle end on. So that's the first part of the rule, and what that is that's going to keep the same action that when we just press this short press, turns this light on, press short press, it turns it off. Next, we want to do on switch 1 state equals 3, and we're going to do a do publish, send MQTT to S20 beta / power toggle end on. And that's going to send the toggle command on a long press to the S20. You'll see the rule 1 is off. We'll do rule 1, and we'll test it. Short press, you can see the light turns on, turns it off. We're going to do a long press, and that light turns on. Long press, it turns off. So you can see it's a simple way using a Shelly, using a Decora light switch. You can do a long press and a short press action and turn on another Sonoff. And since I've had a few questions asking, hey, how can we do this without MQTT? To do this without MQTT, we're going to use WebSend, which is going to send over HTTP, but you have to know the IP address of this device. So we're going to use the WebSend command, and just to do as a test, you'll do WebSend, inside brackets, you'll put the IP address, then the command, and then the parameter, which we're going to send power, just the first relay, because there's only one relay on the S20, and then we're going to send toggle. And you can see that sends over the WebSend command to do the toggle. And we can do the toggle right back, turns it right back off. And that's actually a true direct HTTP command straight from here over Wi-Fi, of course, to the S20. There's no MQTT involved at all. We'll take our same rule, rule 1, we'll copy rule 1 out, so we have to type it again. We'll do web send 192.168.1.101. Like I say, you'll have to do you should do a static IP, which is reserved on your router. And now, oh, I forgot the rule 1. The rule's on. We'll test it. Short press turns the light on, and long press turns the light on. And that's all over HTTP. So one really cool feature you can do with the Shelly that you can't do with, of course, with the Sonoff, is you can take, with existing wiring, a true 3-way configuration of 2 switches, and these are 3-way switches. I know this may look like a gobbly mess of wires, but I will show a picture of the wire configuration. One thing to point out, to do a true 3-way like this, you would actually need to have the power coming from the input actually in the same box as the wire that goes out to the light. I've looked at several different ways of trying to figure out how to do one. You would need, like I say, either a 4-conductor wire, or you would need power in the other box as well. And you could, if you wanted to get really creative, you could do another device over there in the other box and do a switch over there, like another Shelly that just doesn't actually switch power. But if you already have power in both places, then you'll just go ahead and put the Shelly in the one that has the power that feeds the actual light. Just use one Shelly. This is true three-way, as in the US they call it. Flip one, the light goes out. Flip one and go on. No matter which way you do it, just like a regular 3-way like you're used to, it will turn the light off and on. And of course, you still can come over here and hit the toggle on the Tasmota GUI and still change the switches no matter what, turn things back on and off. If you want to get really creative, you could take the last segment. If you had 2 Decora switches that were 3-way, in theory, you should be able to modify those, make them momentaries, and if you wire them up correctly, you could do changing the momentaries and do your short press and long press on a 3-way that would in turn switch another device. So it's just another little tip and trick to do a true 3-way with a Shelly that's actually using the standard wiring and standard voltages. Next, we're going to do a little bonus feature here. Is we're going to connect a standard mains voltage switch connected to the Shelly1 that's going to control another device over MQTT or HTTP as we were shown. This is connected to ground and GPIO 3 on the Shelly1. We can't use GPIO 0 or GPIO 1 because if you hold those low, then the ESP chip will not boot during a power cycle. So to do this, we're going to need to change to the generic template. We'll go over to configuration, configure module. We'll change this to generic. Save it and restart. The main menu, go back into configuration, configure module, and we need to set GPIO 4, which is D2, listed on the screen. We need to set that as relay 1. GPIO 5 is the switch 1 in for no pull-up. That's very important. And then GPIO 3 serial in. So we'll set this to switch 2, not the in. So to be confusing, switch 1 in on here and switch 2 because we will need the pull-up with that switch. We'll save this. We'll look at the console. Let's check to make sure we still have switch mode 1. Still have switch mode 1.6. So we should be able to do the momentary. And the relay, we can check that. It comes on. And it goes off by simply pushing the button. Now this one, we need to set a rule for switch 2 to toggle the light. Let's check switch mode 2 state, which is 0. Rule 1, on switch 2 state, we don't care what it equals to, we'll do publish a command to S20 beta, which is my rock light there on the left, power. We don't care about the state, we're going to send the toggle. And now, when we flip the switch, it changes the other light. Now, using what you've learned in the first part, you actually could do another Decora momentary switch and do a rule for a short press to turn on one device and do a long press to turn on another device. So now you could see you can easily get an additional switch out of the Shelly. And if you wanted to also, if you didn't have a 2-gang, you could do a 1-gang switch with 2 switches inside 1 gang to accomplish this same thing with one Shelly if you want to use that Shelly to actually toggle another switch across the room. So just a couple little real-world situations. We've learned some of the basics in other videos, We're just taking those same basics and we're applying it to the Shelly. As I said before, be careful with the Shelly1. It's very powerful. In fact, that you can use regular switches and regular wiring, but it is treated all as mains voltage, unlike when you would do with the basics that was low voltage off of your various GPIO pins. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the bell. Make sure you get our notifications to all of our videos. Give us a thumbs up. Comment below if you'd like to see something else. We're definitely going to do some additional videos that may help you out to solve your home automation solutions in your home. Y'all take care.